Hi, I'm Briggs Zanotti,
And I'm Harold Muliati.
and today we are talking about a microphone you may want in your arsenal. It is the Warm Audio WA87. It's what I'm on right now. Welcome to Sounding Great, a podcast dedicated to you, your voice, your recordings, your audio, how you present yourself, and how people perceive you. Sounding great because you can. And we're back, and a lot of people want a Neumann U87. It's a very expensive microphone. It's considered one of the gold standards in the voiceover industry, and if you can afford it, have at it. But keep in mind, when you have a Neumann U87, you need a very good studio. You can't be in a very noisy place because it's very sensitive. All the Neumanns are very sensitive. Well, maybe to the rescue. This mic I'm on right here, it is a very heavy mic, just like the Neumann U87. It is the Warm Audio WA, or Warm Audio 87. Now, why is it called 87? Well, this is a replica of the Neumann U87. It looks exactly like it. The only difference is, I believe the Neumann has a logo on the back and the front. This one only has it on the front, and it's not the Neumann logo, obviously. But the look, feel, the switches, everything is exactly the same. Very solid mic. This mic is heavy. I've got it on a very nice Heil boom stand, and it's struggling a bit to keep itself up. I can show you. You can move it up. It's heavy. It's not that bad. The Heil boom stand can really handle weight, but this is trying it a little bit. And yeah, it is definitely a heavy microphone, but it does have a lot of nice features, just like the U87. Again, it's a replica. So this mic has 3 polar patterns. I believe you've got supercardioid or hypercardioid and stereo, as well as cardioid. I'm on cardioid right now, which is what most people in voiceover would be on. It is a good sounding and a warm sounding microphone. Let me give you an idea what the proximity effect sounds like. So now I'm talking really close to the Warm Audio WA87. I come back over here, it sounds not as warm, but it is definitely a good mic. Now, Harold, you've seen and heard this mic before, and you've also heard we have the Neumann TLM 102 here. Again, Neumanns do have a similar sound across the spectrum.
Yeah.
What do you think of this mic compared to the TLM 102?
It has a nice warm sound. One thing I've noticed audio-wise from this is it tends to have a bit higher noise floor than other mics, but it does have, other than that, the sound is really good.
It's sensitive. It picks up.
It is sensitive.
It does pick up. Like if you compare it to this baby, which we love, this is the Sennheiser MKH416. It has it'll pick up noise and stuff too, but not as much. But of course, it's also a shotgun. But we have one problem in our studio, which is this building has what they call pneumatics, which we didn't realize when we got in here because I've never seen a pneumatic in an office building. I've seen them in warehouses. Well, where we are is the backside of a Northrop Grumman building, which used to be a warehouse that got built out. So the air conditioning and heating system is what's called pneumatics. So this is something, if you ever wind up in a pneumatic building like we did, be careful. Because pneumatics have water running through pipes. That's how they heat up and cool off the air. Very good systems for warehouses, not the best for office buildings. And the pipes are making a nice right turn right here, pretty much over where I am, or maybe right about where, actually it's right between where Harold and I are in the studio. So it's going right through us. And we noticed that they fixed it recently, maybe about 6 months ago. So all of a sudden, our noise flow went from almost nothing to, what is it, about 40?
It's around minus 40 sometimes.
Minus 40. That's horrific.
And the thing is, it's a rumbling. We're looking at the spectral analysis of the noise. It's very much weighted towards the lower frequencies of the spectrum.
But we have lower frequencies blocked 80 hertz and lower, but it doesn't seem to catch it. It's probably too loud of a frequency to do that. It's not like it's different from an AC noise, though it is part of the AC system because there's a fan and there's water running through it. So it is a little touchy. But what we did is, now we're using Warm Audio. In this case, we switched our preamp the other day because it was having an electrical issue. And so we switched in and put in the Warm Audio WA87, which is a very good preamp. I think it gives you 72 dB of gain. So it's got a lot of power to it and some nice little touches. We can review that at a different time. And we've got the Warm Audio compressor, the WA76. The problem with that one is it doesn't have a noise gate. So we're going through a PreSonus Studio Live mixer, a 16-channel mixer, and we do have it's a digital mixer, so we do have gates on every channel. So we did gate this one, and it got rid of the noise, but it's a lot of noise we have in here without that gate. So the gate really saves our lives. Without the gate, we'd be noisy. If you put your headsets on, we would not sound that great. So anyway, the Warm Audio has a very nice sound. It took what Warm Audio did was they took 3 different versions of the Neumann U87, well, the classical versions, and a little bit of their new one, which is the U87 AI, and they combined them, kind of. So you have a sound that's very similar to what a Neumann might sound like, but it's not exactly a Neumann. And again, do you want an exact replica? Yeah, probably you do, but this is a very good microphone. You could do any kind of voiceover work with this. You could sing into it. It really sounds good. This is $599. A Neumann U87 is $3,200 to $3,600. So you could buy 5 and almost 6 of these for one Neumann. What would I do? I would buy 6 of these or 5 of them. Why? Even though I like Neumann and the TLM 102 is a good mic, I don't mind this, and I'm not cheap. Believe me, I'm not cheap. I waste a lot of money and spend a lot of money on gear, good and bad. I'm not the biggest fan. I like Neumann, but I'm not the biggest fan of I need that sound exactly when I have something very good here that doesn't sound all that bad. So let's just give it a little test if I can. I'll read a little bit. I have this part memorized. I'll do a little bit of the Desiderata. It's an old poem. Les Crane made it famous when he created a song out of it back in the, I think, early 70s. Anyway, we'll do a little bit of it. Walk placidly amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. At all times, without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and talk to others, even the dull and ignorant, for they too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive people, as they are vexations to the spirit. Do not become arrogant, as that may lead to becoming vain and bitter, for there will always be better persons than yourself, and lesser persons than yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here, and whether or not you know it, the universe is unfolding as it should. So that's a typical kind of narration thing. Peter Piper, picked a peck of pickled peppers. Please pick up pizza pronto. From what I've seen with this, it does pee-popping very well. It just really has an ability to just knock them out. You don't get too much. If I talk straight into it, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, it may come out as a pee-pop. Not quite sure. I don't know. Harold, you've got your headset on. Did you hear any pee-popping?
Well, I don't have us monitored right now.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
So we will review it afterwards.
So we're just going to put it up, and then you will find out if it has pee-popping. Very nice mic, though. The proximity effect isn't horrific. It's fairly well controlled. And again, when you get that close, you don't want to get loud. It's more of a subtle sound. Be there. But anyway, it's a good mic. I like the mic. It looks good. It sounds good. And for the price, not unhappy. It's a good price. And by the way, we did buy this one. And we bought the Warm Audio gear as well. We get most of our stuff from Sweetwater. I like Sweetwater. They've been great to us. And if you want to buy gear, definitely, it's a great company. We enjoy them quite a bit. In fact, my sales rep is Jorge Padilla. He's very good, and he's been very helpful. That's it on the Warm Audio. Another person who does a great review of this and gets much more into detail with it for music, singing, and other stuff is Bandrew Scott. He is with
Podcastage.
It's a great podcast. He's done tons of mic reviews.
And he's very rigorous in his testing, which is nice.
And consistent. Yeah, aside from rigorous, he's consistent. He never changes. He doesn't vary. So if you hear one mic and you hear another, he's going to be really good at all of those. So, in fact, we're going to try to get him on the show to interview him because I think he's a musician by trade, but he's a podcaster and a mic reviewer by I think, hobby. He does a great job on it. Anyway, we hope you enjoy this. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments area below, and we will try to get back to you as soon as possible. And we hope you subscribe. We need subscribers, so please subscribe, especially if you're on YouTube. We need YouTube subscribers so we can get our sounding great name on the channel. YouTube makes you wait till you have 100 subscribers or I forgot how many hours or a month, but we still don't have that. We just started the show about a month ago, and it's getting out there slowly, as with all things, but it is summer, so nobody's around. But please do subscribe and give us your feedback. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.
Bye, everyone.
That's a wrap.